Okay, so I've now taken all the eye-tips out of this doll's head and I'm going to show you the tape method. So I thought I'd just show you here that this is what I mean by the 4 sections. So straight down the head, straight from the top of the head to the top of the ear, section out your 2 sections at the back and leave your safety line all around the hair here. Okay, so then on this bottom section, you're going to put 2 tapes down the bottom. I normally do 2 on this section, 2 on the next section, and then when the head's a little bit wider, I do 3. So you want to section your hair. Bear in mind that this is a doll's head, so it's easier to get a dead straight line on natural hair. I always put my finger underneath because you don't want too little hair that the tape's going to be too heavy on the natural hair, but you don't want it too thick that the tape can't stick to the other side with the hair being too thick. So take your section, get your tape, put 1 tape underneath, and I just make sure that the hair's stuck to it. I don't put the hair right to the edge of the tape. I like to leave out a tiny bit on the end just to ensure that the tape is straight to tape and no hair. That way I can assure that the tape isn't going to move. Pop the top one on, then I just squeeze both together, run my thumbs along them, and that's one done. So I'll show you again on this bit. So get your hair in a straight section, put your finger underneath to ensure that the section isn't too thick, put your first tape underneath, ensure that the hair's stuck to it, leaving the very edges hair free. Stick the top tape on top and squeeze together. And that is your first section completely complete, and you can't see them whatsoever underneath. Okay, so now we've got to the wider part of the head near the ears. I'm going to place 3 tapes in here. So I'm always starting with my middle tape, ensuring we can see through it and there's enough hair there. Press down to make sure it's stuck. Tape on top, sandwich together. And please make sure if you end up using the tapes that you always keep an eye on how many you've used and how many you've got left, because we don't stock the hair in the salon, so our consultation needs to be really thorough, so we order the right amount of hair in for our client. And the worst thing that can happen is you do all the back, you get to the sides, you've done one side and then have hardly any hair left for the next side, because when you start getting the remover on here, it's just an absolute pain because you just don't want any of the remover to touch these brand new tapes that you've just put in. So there we go. I'm just going to work through the rest of the sections here. Okay, so I put another section in the back and I'm leaving that for now. If I've got any spare tapes after, I can put them in, but I just want to get the majority of them in and around the sides now. So I sectioned off the hair here. With the tapes, I am going to put these straight rather than diagonal. As you can see, I've left out a decent amount around the ear. This is the worst bit. You don't want to end up with tapes right close to the ear, because for one, they're gonna, as soon as they start to grow out a little bit, they're gonna touch the ear and start flicking out, and they're gonna annoy whoever's got them in. So it's really important that on this first one you do leave quite a chunky gap. Also, if they are too close to the hairline, no one is then able to tuck their hair behind their ear. So you really want to think about when people tuck their hair behind their ear, where that tape's going to be falling. So for this, I'm going to do 1 tape here and 1 tape here, leaving a good inch away from the hairline. Okay, so my 2 sections are in. You can see that the hair, when it gets tucked behind the ear, it goes absolutely fine. It's not going to irritate anyone at all, and it's still got a good amount of length before it starts it's kicking out over the ear. By the time it gets down here, you'll be due to come back for your retape anyway. And if I show you with the safety bits of hair around the face, you can put up, you can't see any tape whatsoever there. So around the other side, I did another section. I've now turned her around. So no tapes in this side yet. So just remembering that we're going to place one here and another one here. This is going to fill in this gap. Remembering you're starting an inch away from the hairline and plenty of hair away from the ear. Okay, so all the tapes are in this head now. I did another couple at the top here and I finished off the last sides. So I'm going to use my Cloud9 straighteners now and wave it and show you the finished look. Okay, so with this one, I obviously curled it too, just brushed it out to give it more of like a tousled look. I've just popped a cute little clip in here just to show you that you can style it like normal hair. And this side, just to show you that if you pull it up, because of that safety hair, you can't see any tapes whatsoever, which should always be the case if they are applied properly. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the videos. I'll just do one more quickly, just comparing the eye tips to the tapes. But if you have any questions at all, please feel free to pop them in the comment box below or send me a message.